Oh, we are back. So, is it too late to learn AI in 2025 now? This is something that I've seen going around, a question that I've seen going around. And you yourself watching may be thinking, there's so much going on, there's so many softwares coming out. Have I missed the bus? Am I too late? And in this video, I just want to share my 2 cents on why I think it's not too late, and then also talk about what I'm doing to, kind of establish myself in the space, things that I'm working on, and what I think you basically should be doing to establish yourself in the space if that is the path you want to go down and you want to be one of the top 1% in the AI space, because the time really is now. So let's get into this. First of all, explosive market growth, right? So the global market is projected to reach about 2.8 trillion by 2031. And again, you can Google these numbers. They may change a little bit. They may be slightly different by different experts, but it's around that much. And the compound annual growth rate globally is 37.5%, or around that much. Again, Google the numbers, you can check it for yourself, but it's somewhere around that much. So that is showing that there is lots of prediction that AI is going to be taken over in the next few years, as you probably already know. On top of that, you've also probably heard that I think Donald Trump put about 500 billion into OpenAI, and he put 100 billion like up front, and then over the next few years, I can't remember how many years it is, maybe 5 years or something, they want to put 500 billion into OpenAI. So you don't do something like that without thinking that there's going to be some amazing things to come out of it, or there's going to be a huge benefit to come out of it. You don't just put 500 billion in anything, right? So I think that is one way to kind of just open your mind a bit, if it wasn't already opened already, that okay, there's something to this, right? So the next thing is low barriers to entry. So some of you guys might be overwhelmed on kind of where to start or what to learn, and do I need to be a developer, or do I need to know how to code? But the truth is, with the amount of tools that are out there now, like VoiceFlow, Make.com, Typebot, there's Agentive, all these different softwares that you can use require no coding experience, and you can integrate AI into automation systems, chatbots, or AI agents without having to know a single bit of code, right? And on top of that, we'll get to this later, but people are looking for that information, and they're looking for these tools and stuff to employ or deploy into their business, right? So window of opportunity, again, because of how accessible it is and the low barriers to entry, right? Small teams or a solo entrepreneur like yourself can literally go onto these platforms, build something, and then try and sell it to the market, right? Or build something and create content about it, and we'll get to that later. But again, like I said, you may be so overwhelmed with all the softwares, but all you need to really do is learn one or two of them and become an expert in them, because again, there's a window of opportunity, and soon, as the global knowledge kind of increases when it comes to AI, then they'll start to know these things, especially when it comes to the low code things. And the thing that I kind of want to get into your head is that if you start now, by the time you've learned the no code things, you'll be onto that custom code, or low code or custom code aspects of AI and product design, right? And that's going to keep your knowledge gap ahead of the market as it changes, right? As it grows, and as more businesses or people in general just wake up and learn about AI a bit more and what it's capable of. So you've really got time right now, and this window of opportunity is not as small as you think as well. I reckon you've still got a good few years to establish yourself, but that's not saying to just wait for a few years. Establish yourself now, but I reckon there is still a few years to establish yourself in the AI space. Okay, so another aspect is job market demand. So for the people that might not want to be an entrepreneur but are worried about AI taking over their job or their career, well, there's going to be a lot of demand for AI in your job or whatever job you're at. So if you can come in there and learn a bit more about AI, and then maybe talk about it to team leaders or managers, that's going to start to establish you as an expert in your job with AI, right? And then it's going to almost give your career a bit of bulletproofing. So it's like, okay, we can't remove this guy because this guy knows about AI, so let's keep him and use him to see how we can make our business run more efficient, or whatever. So again, if you start learning this stuff now and establishing yourself as an expert, you start to become a valued member of the team, maybe more valued than someone that doesn't learn AI. Again, emerging trends. So many softwares and things are coming out nowadays, right? There could be literally like a new SaaS software coming out every day, or a new, sort of AI model or version coming out. And with this creates so many opportunities and trends. I've put on here AI agents. So you've probably seen some posts about, 2025 being the year of AI agents. So if you know that, and that's what people are talking about, then learn to build some AI agents, talk about it, and start to become an expert. Especially if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, an AI entrepreneur, then become an AI agent expert, or just a knowledgeable person when it comes to AI agents. And that is literally going to give you, a boost, because the algorithms are already starting to align with AI agents. And with that, there's probably going to be more sorts of stuff like automations, or stuff along those lines, where they're becoming new trends like AI agents and all this hype about them. And that is literally for you watching this to be like, okay, let me delve into this, let me see a bit about it, let me see what it's about. So again, if you can start to understand these things and show the benefits for businesses and people in general, then you're going to put yourself up there, right? And you still got time, because again, all these things are new trends coming out, and there's going to be so many more new trends to come. So you still got time for this. Again, this is like another kind of emerging trend or feature about multimodal AI advancements, right? So that's basically processing text, video, audio, and images and all this stuff at kind of one time, and being able to deal with multiple modes of data essentially. And with that is going to come so many new products and features that you can build, and systems that you can build for businesses, right? And if you can get on top of that again and become an expert, it's just gonna boost you even more up there. Okay, it's gonna kind of accelerate your growth in the AI space, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you want to be in the top 1% of that. And with that comes the gaps in tutorials and resources. So like I said, there's going to be new trends, new softwares, new features and things that you can do and build. And with this comes a knowledge gap. And you watching this can literally be the person to fill up that knowledge gap and, create useful and valuable content for people that want to learn more or build stuff with it, or just make content about it to show that you know what you're talking about, so that businesses might reach out to you and be like, oh yeah, let's work with this guy. He seems to know what he's doing. So again, with this knowledge gap becomes a lot of opportunity for you to create content and really get within those search terms on YouTube or whatever platform you're using. But as people are going to start searching all the time, how to do this, how to do that, they're going to find your videos. And especially if you've been creating AI agents currently, then you may have realized this knowledge gap yourself. Like sometimes I find myself looking on how to do a specific task, and I can't find a specific task for the exact kind of problem I'm trying to solve. You might be able to find things like it, but what I found is that I've had to just work things out for myself, or really go into the documentation of whatever software I'm using, right? So if you solve that problem and then create content on it, you're probably going to help other people like you that are looking for the exact same solution. So again, that's just the thing to do. Have fun with it, build what you want, and then create content on it, and you might just get that lucky video that everyone is searching for. So to summarize, right, the best time, we've talked about market growth, accessible tools, the opportunities, and the window that we've got right now, the early advantage window that we have right now to really capitalize on this. So with all that being said, if you want to get into the space, what should you do? Or this is what I'm trying to do, because I want to be within the top 1%. Now for me, it's not just about making the money, it's actually about trying to position myself in the AI space as a knowledgeable person in the top 1%, and really build some solid business and a solid piece of AI infrastructure out of it, right? And so the AI agency model was created by Liam Otley, and what he says is that, again, the AI agency model is kind of a gateway into the AI space. It's a gateway into having your own tech business. Before, this was a bit more difficult. You needed to know a lot more. You need to know a lot more coding, or a lot more advanced knowledge. Whereas now, because of the platforms, it's made it so accessible. So this is like a gateway to really establish yourself in the space and then put that money into building something even greater with AI. So again, for me personally, I'm learning AI, and this is what I recommend you should do as well. Start with all the beginner tutorials that you can find on YouTube, but also I would say in the background is start to learn some more advanced stuff. Now, you don't have to do this. There are people who make tons of money a month and all they use is the no-code platforms like, Make.com, VoiceFlow, combine them together and make tons of money per month, right? But again, for me, it's more than just money. I want to be a well-rounded entrepreneur and a well-rounded and knowledgeable person about AI. So do some background kind of reading and research into advanced kind of learning, like generative learning, machine learning, and AI engineering in general. And some things that I'm doing for that, I got here to show you. Just bring these up here. A couple books on, one's called Hands-on Machine Learning and one's called Generative Deep Learning. Of course, these books are not sponsored, but they're things that I just got off Amazon, right? Because they got some good reviews and they're meant to be good. And I'm working my way through them to, try and just get a deeper understanding of AI and how it works, so that I can, one, help more people out there and learn about AI and bridge the gap between not knowing AI and knowing AI. But two, I can put this into things that I build and eventually start to build more complex things, better things, which means I can provide more value to businesses, but also charge more. You can set a higher price because you're using more advanced stuff, which the average, maybe AI entrepreneur won't know how to do. So that's how you really got to set yourself apart in the space. So again, to summarize, learn AI, build tools with it, and then once you build the tools, put yourself out there. So talk about it on whatever platform. So my platform is YouTube, but maybe you want to use Instagram, TikTok, whatever platforms are there, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and then maybe that's where you want to establish yourself. But regardless, make tutorials, make content, and give people real value. Show them, what they can build. And again, then just stay ahead. So with this, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try and learn about every single AI software or platform that's out there, but learn a few, learn them well. And then once you feel like you learned them well, you can move on to the next one. But just keep your eyes open on the news, stay ahead of the trends and whatever's going on, keep up with it, sorry. And then from there, this is going to make you, in my opinion, a well-rounded AI entrepreneur, and is hopefully going to get you and me into the top 1% of AI entrepreneurs and just the top 1% in the AI space. And I hope that in 5-10 years time, I can meet some of you guys who are starting just like this and establishing themselves in the AI space. With that being said, I hope you guys like this video. I've got more videos like this and tutorials and other stuff to come. So I'll see you in the next one.